Hello, you mob. This red book here, we're going to learn about these people that lived long time before us. When you hear that sound, you turn the page over. Alright, picture number 1. There was nothing on this earth, only God. When God made this ground, alright, He made everything else. He made birds, sun, and He made man. Man's name was Adam. And He bring all the animals to Him now. God will say this job for you. He'll give Him name to all the animals. When God made everything was really good. Then He made spirits too. And some of those spirits turn against God. Alright, here we see picture number 2. Pretty country, and had them there with all the animals. All the animals had mate, husband and wife, like 2 of each. And God will see Adam didn't have proper mate. So one day God made him go to sleep. He took one rib out of his side and made a woman for him, mate for Adam. There we see a picture, two fellas there now, Adam with his wife. They've been lived very happy now in that garden. They talk together and God talked to them. They live very happy life in that beautiful country. Alright, picture number 3. Here we see Adam and his wife Eve. God told them they can eat any fruit from the garden, except for one tree in the middle of the garden. Don't eat that fruit. But one day when they was in that garden, that bad spirit was in that snake and tricked Eve. When that snake say, you can eat all the fruit, eh? Eve said, yes, we can eat all the fruit except that tree in the middle. We can't eat that one. If we do, we die. The snake say, no, that's not true. You can eat that fruit. When you eat that fruit, you're going to be wise. You'll know everything. Alright, she got the fruit from that tree. She ate some, and she gave some to her husband, Adam. Soon as they've been eat that fruit, they were ashamed because they've been disobey God. They've been going behind the bushes and hide from God. Their spirit been die then. Picture number 4. God been sent him out these 2 now from the lovely country. He will say to Adam, you're going to work proper hard now to grow a tugger for you and your family. Alright, he will tell that snake, you're going to crawl on your belly. And you're going to eat dust now, for that snake, he will say. And for that lady, for that woman, he will say, you're going to have a lot of trouble when you have pickaninny. You're going to have a lot of pain. And you and that snake, you're going to be enemies now. Alright, from that family now, they had big mob of children. And we are too from that family with that sin. That sin that separated them, that sin is in us too. Yes, we all disobeyed God just like Adam. But one day, He said He's going to send that man to beat that Satan and to make a way back to God for me and you. That man now is that Lord Jesus Christ. Right, picture number 5. These people were same mob of people from that Adam's family. They were doing a lot of bad things. God will see people are still doing wrong. They're doing a lot of bad things. And one man was a good man. He trusted in God. His name was Noah. Alright, one day God said to Noah, I'm going to send big rain and big flood. You're going to finish them up, all them bad people. But you and your family, you go in that boat. God will tell Noah, you build that big boat and put all the animals in, two of a kind, like husband and wife. You put them in two of each. Noah did what God told him. Picture number 6. Noah told him people that God gonna finish him up. But they didn't listen. They want to keep going their own way. Alright, when the rain will start and the floodwater will come, ground will open up underneath and water will come up. We see in that picture people are perishing because they didn't take notice of Noah. They want to swim up to the boat. Too late. God will shut the door. That rain been rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Only Noah and his family were saved. Must have been sad. You see, it's like that for me and you. We must listen and obey. Right, here, picture number 7. When the flood water will go down, must have been a long time, about 1 year, when everything dried up, animal and Noah come out of that boat. And Noah, he burnt that nanny goat there. He said, thank you for God. And God put that rainbow in the sky. When we see that rainbow in the sky, that remember, God will say, I'm not going to punish my people that way again. Alright? We too, we got to remember what that rainbow is signed for. That sign is for me and you too. Because one day, God going to punish people in different way. Might be fire. But for me and you, if we really following God's way, we needn't be frightened of that. Alright. Lord Jesus made that way for me and you to sit down with God. Picture number 8. From that family of Noah, God told them to go everywhere, like that country. But now they didn't obey God. They've been stopped one place because they've been think they're clever ones. They've been start building that big tall house there, that building. They thought if they build that big tall building, go right up to sky. God may look down and may see what they've been doing. He will come down, he will mix them up their language. Here we see in that picture, they can't understand one another now. They're arguing the point. One fella there put his hand over his ears. He couldn't listen because he couldn't understand anymore. Alright, from that time on, when God will mix up all their language, they had to go separate ways now. And that's the way we today too, from that family. We talk all different languages, and we don't like one another, and we can't understand one another. Those bad things we do and keep us away from God too. Picture number 9. This story about that man, Job. He was a good man. He done everything right way for God. He put that nanny goat on that stone there and make sacrifice to God. He done everything right way for God. He had plenty of everything. He had big family, and he had big mob of cattle, horses, donkeys, and camel. He had everything. So one day, devil will say to God, he's only happy because you made him rich. If you take them things away from him, he's gonna curse you. Alright? God let Satan have his way with Job. Devil put him through a hard test. Picture 10. One day, Job's working men come in and tell him bad news. His enemies been pinch all his cattle, his donkey and his horses, and killed all his stockmen. All right, another working man belonged to Job come to him, and he tell him lightning will kill the sheep and all his working men. All right, another working man name and come with the bad news to Job, and he tell him, your family's been all sitting down inside having taka, and big storm and come, and that house will fall down and kill all your family. All right, when that last servant come and told Job about his family, oh, he been proper sad. We see there in that picture. He will say, God will give me everything. Now he's taken them all away from me. But he been still trusting in God. Right, picture 11. Satan come to God. He will say, if I give him sickness all over his body, then he will turn away from you. All right, Satan will make him really sore, bad sore on his body. Then Job's holding that piece of rock, scratching himself, all the sores on his body. His wife will growl him to him and tell him, you see, you got sores all over your body now. God don't care about you. Why don't you die? But now Job is still trusting in God. All right, 3 friends of Job, they've been come and talk with him for a long time. They've been say to him, God must be punishing you for something bad you done. Job said, no, God know me. Then God came and talked with them. God showed them they didn't understand. God knows the best way for all of us. Picture number 12. When Job, he was ashamed because he asked God questions. Job prayed for his friends because they didn't understand. God made Job all right again, and he gave him everything that he had before. God gave Job another lot of family now. There, his friend came and had supper with him. Right, Job lived to be a great old man. Then he seen his grandson, all his grandchildren grown up. Let us be like Job. When trouble came to him, he never gave up. So let us be like him, trusting and believing in God. God knows what is best for us. He looks after us and he loves us. Page number 13. This story is about Abraham. He was a good man. He did what God wanted him to do. And he was father of many people. God told Abraham, leave this country, yours, and you come to this another country that I promise you. All right, Abraham left his country with all his working men and his family. They traveled a long way to this another promised land. Right, God said to him, this is that country I promise you. And here you and your family and many other family I'm going to give you. Picture 14. When Abraham went from his country and his nephew went with him. His nephew name was Lot. Abraham's stockmen and Lot's, they had an argument because they both had big mob of animals. Abraham said to Lot, his nephew, let us not have an argument. Let us split up. You take your mob one way, I'll take my mob one way. The Lot wanted a good country for himself. Neither river and neither city named Sodom. All right, God said to Abraham, for you and your family, I'll give you all this country forever. Right, picture 15. There was mob of bad people in that city of Sodom. and they had a fight with the other mob of people. These other mob beat these mob from Sodom, and they took them away, and Lot was with them too. But one day Abraham and his mob went after them, and they had a fight and they beat them, and they brought Lot and his family back. When they were coming back after they beat them people, they would meet that king. His name was Melchizedek. He was big boss for that town called Salem. That big fellow boss now, that Melchizedek, even give him some taka to Abraham. And Abraham gave him some things too that he got from that fighting in that war. That big boss, Melchizedek, would say to Abraham, God really did help you to beat your enemies. All right, Lot went back to live in Sodom again. Picture 16. Abraham was a friend of God, but he was sad. He didn't have any kids of his own. God showed him, you look up there, you're going to have many children, as many of them stars you see up there. Abraham believed what God said, and God was pleased with him. God told Abraham that he's going to give him that country called Canaan. Picture 17. Long time afterward, Abraham and his wife Sarah, they still didn't have any beginnings. One day, Sarah would say to her husband, you take my working girl and you sleep with her. That way, we might have family. All right, Abraham did that. He would sleep with that slave girl. Then she would have son for him. His old wife would get jealous now with Hagar, and she'd run away. But God been sent angel to help her. Angel told Hagar that your son is going to have a big mob of people. And the mob now, those Arab people. God told Abraham, I'm going to give you a son to your wife, Sarah. We'll do those things that I promise you through him. Picture 18. One day, when Abraham was sitting outside his tent, and these three angels gone past his place, and he called out to them, stop, I will give you something to eat. All right, while they were there sitting down waiting, Abraham told them, you sit and wait now. My wife, Sarah, going to cook you some taka. While she been finished cooking the taka, Abraham would get them and give it to them while they were there sitting down. And one of them angels been talk to Abraham. Your wife can have a baby. And his wife, Sarah, been hear that. She been really arguing. And she laughed because she was too old. She said, I'm too old. And she laughed. And God asked Abraham, why she laughed? Is anything too hard for God to do? When we come back again, your wife Sarah's going to have that baby son. Just like God said, they had a little boy and they named him Isaac. Picture 19. God came to Abraham one day and he said to him, too many bad people in that city of Sodom. I'm going to clean him up. Abraham asked God, you're going to destroy them people too, good people? God said, if there's 10 good people in that city, I will leave them. But God's messengers went there. Only good people were there with Lot and his family. The messengers told Lot and his family, go away from that town quickly. God can destroy this town. When they told Lot and his family to get out of that city, and God sent that fire down, and he destroyed that city, and Lot and his two daughters were saved. Right, picture 20 now. When Abraham's son was big boy now, Isaac. Alright, one day God said to Abraham, "You take your son Isaac and you offer him to me. Burn him as a sacrifice." Abraham did what God told him to, and when he was just about to kill his son, he heard a voice saying from heaven, "Abraham, don't kill your son." When he looked around, there was a nanny goat caught up in a tree, and he got the ram and killed that for God instead of his son. Picture 21. Abraham was proper old man now, and he said to his working man one day, "You go home to my country, and you find a wife for my son, Isaac." Right, this working man, Uncle Abraham, did what he was told. And when he would find that right girl for Isaac, her name was Rebecca. All right, when the working man would come back with that wife for Isaac, Rebecca, they've been together now and they had a son. They named him Jacob. From him now, all that Israel came. Right, picture 22. God promised all them old people, prophets long time ago, that he will send, that one will beat that Satan. And everything really worked out right. Here in this picture we see the promised one. God sent his only son, Lord Jesus. Yes, Jesus came from that family line of Abraham and Israel to make a way for us. Picture 23. When Lord Jesus walked about in this country, he grew up to be a man, and he showed God's power by healing sick people and driving out those bad spirits. Lord Jesus taught those people that God's way. Some believed and some didn't. Some of those cruel people, they nailed Lord Jesus to the cross. When Jesus died there on that cross, that took that punishment that me and you should have been. We take that punishment. But he died there on that cross for you and I to set us free from the wrongs that we done. Right, picture 24. Jesus' friends get him off that cross and put him in that grave. He was in there for 3 days, then he come alive again. Because God's power raised him up to life again. After he come alive, many of his friends seen him again. One time they was in this room and they seen Jesus. But one fella named Thomas, he wasn't with his mob. And when they told Thomas about Lord Jesus, he said, "No, I don't believe. Because I want to see the mark on his hand, on his feet. I want to see that nail mark." All right, there's another time when they were inside this room again. Thomas was with them that time when Jesus come out to them again. He said to Thomas, "Come here, you put your finger here and put your finger in my side." Thomas said, "My Lord, my God." And Jesus said, "Those who believe without seeing me, they are happy." All right? For us too, we mustn't be like Thomas. we must believe. Like Abraham, he really believed in God. We must be like that too. We must believe in Lord Jesus for Him to show us that right way. Then God will give us that life with Him forever.